the far titty. There we go. Or no, the other one too. Right there. That's good. I think that's good. Hey everybody. Hey, I heard you too, whoever you are out there. Got some tea. I'm drinking tea tonight, y'all. My wonderful husband is pouring me some tea. Because it's cold outside. It's cold. Real cold. All right, my guests in the building. Let's get her in here. All right. She should be appearing.
Hello.
Hey, anybody can turn yourself?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Hey, everybody. This is my best friend in the whole wide world. Woo!
Hey.
Right. She has joined Wine and Paint for the discussion of self-worth.
Yes.
Yes. This is something that we talk about often. So I'm glad that you guys could join our conversation tonight and just paint with us. So, yeah, let's jump right into it. Do you have your supplies that you like to use tonight?
I do. I'm actually not painting, but I have trusty dusty pencil
Okay.
and my markers.
Nice. Yeah. Always good to have an assortment of markers.
Yes.
So while we're doodling, we're going to hear a little bit more about Christina, what type of art she likes to do. And yeah.
Okay, so yes, as you know, my name's Christina. Um, I've known Tamika for, how many years have we known each other? Since 2006. So y'all do the math. We've been friends for a long, long time. Um, I enjoy doing mostly painting. I started out painting. Well, let me just say, I feel like I've always been a creative, even from a little child on up. But I would say probably later in my adult years is when I really got into painting. And so that's what I do most. I'm recently just getting into drawing with the help of my best friend because she is the expert. So yeah, but I dabble a little bit in everything. What else can I say about myself? I work from home. We work for the same company, actually, me and her. And I'm 29 years old. I guess that's really it. That's all you guys really need to know.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for sharing. Yes, we have been friends for a very, very long time. So Christina has been here through a lot of my madness that I express in my art. So thank you for that. And thank you for being here.
Of course.
Yes, indeed. So would you like to share your doodle and what you're sipping on tonight?
So I wasn't able to get any alcohol for the occasion. So tonight I am sipping on Gold Peak sweet tea in my cup. um, I just started my doodle, so it's not finished. My doodle will probably be, yeah, I'm gonna be doing it through the whole talk.
Okay.
So I'll show you guys.
Yes, that's interesting because I did a flower as well.
Yes, great minds, great minds.
So they definitely they get me into my zone. I feel like they're always an exercise for me to do.
Yes.
So tonight I'm drinking tea as well, but I got some hot tea in my cup.
Love
My
the mug.
yes, my aristocrats cup for all my 90 babies out there, you know.
Yes.
So yeah, I got some green tea over here. So cheers to us.
Cheers.
Yes, breathe easy tea. Yes,
Yes.
cheers to us in this conversation. So let's get into it. I'm going to be using paint. I'm going to be using a lot of different stuff tonight because I'm a multimedia artist, as you guys know. So I love to use anything I get my hands on. Like I'm going to be pulling out some paper, tape, googly eyes. So yeah, I'm about to go in.
Oh, I can't wait to see what you got at the end.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So how would you define self-worth?
So, self worth. And actually, for those of you who don't know, I'm highly organized. She knows. So, this was the one question I actually took notes on. So, I'm going to look at my notes and tell you.
That is
Uh,
just fine.
yes. So, the first thing I would say is setting boundaries
Okay.
with others and with yourself, really. Um, I think that's really, really important to know what's good for you, what's enough for you,
Mm-hmm.
when you need to say, hey, I can't do that, or hey, I can do that, but such and such and such. So setting
Right.
boundaries, I think, is important. Self care, for sure. Just, and what I mean by self care is just engaging in stuff that you really enjoy. Um, and just taking care of yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, however that is for you personally, however is best for you. Self care, self care, self care. I think that's very, very important.
Okay.
Um, Paying attention to your physical, mental, and emotional needs. I guess that kind of goes hand in hand with self care. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of times, I'll talk to people and I'll ask. We'll have conversations about self care, and people won't even know what to do because they've never really taken the time to even think about, well, what do I need physically, what do I need mentally, and what do I need emotionally. So
Right.
yeah, you really have to pay attention to that and figure out what it is for you that you need.
You're
Um,
right.
yeah. And then I have two more: engaging in activities that make you happy. I kind of already said that. And then being selfish, having a degree of self centeredness to where, you know, you just put you first. I guess
Mm-hmm.
is really what I'm trying to say. Because a lot of people, me included, I have trouble doing that. Like, I'm a people pleaser
Me too.
with the people that I love.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, just having a degree of selfishness to where, like, okay, it's good to, give support to the people that you love and the people that are around you, but don't forget about you at the end of the day. So,
Right.
yeah, that's it.
Mm. That's very important. I absolutely agree. And I think that I would define it as how you view yourself, to what degree you like yourself, really. Like, how much do you fuck with you?
Yes.
And why? Because that could be negative aspects, could be good things that are fueling your self worth.
Mhm.
So you already said how, or I guess you touched on it a little bit. How do you personally determine your self worth?
Um, I guess by doing little like check-ins of kind of like all the things that I listed before
Right.
and asking yourself those questions like I said before, what do you need physically? What do you need emotionally? What do you need mentally? Because a lot of times people don't know exactly what it is that they need. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so hello. Sorry, my boyfriend just came. Um, they said hey. Tamika said hey. Um, so yeah, just checking in with yourself. Like, am I getting enough of this? Am I getting enough of that? And if I'm not, then I need to make adjustments in my life to where I get those things that I need. Whatever, like I said, whatever that is for you. I guess for me personally, I'm trying to think of example of what I need. I need space.
Mm,
That's what I need. I can't have like, after a while my social meter, I get tapped out. So it's
yeah.
important for me to have space and boundaries when I'm dealing with people. So I mean, I guess that's a good example.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think for me, it's something that's changing over the years as I get to know myself more,
Mhm.
because there's stuff that okay, let's see, let me put it this way. There's stuff that you couldn't even pay me to look at now in
Right.
my life, because I value myself a lot more. I see myself as higher than, not saying I'm better than anyone or, anything like that, but there's
Right.
a lot of things, a lot of behaviors that I am better than. Let me just put it that way. And there's a lot of experiences and behaviors, places that I'm better in than, so I will not go to them anymore.
Right.
So that just changes over time. So I agree too. Like you have to do those check-ins, because a lot of people don't take the time, like, to
Mm.
just sit and think like, okay, well, how am I evaluating or going about life now? Like I've been doing a lot of self-evaluation lately. Like I'm getting ready to be 30 in
Yeah.
6 days, 7 days, whatever. It's coming. Like it's not even, it's right here. Knock knock. Like it's right here. So I've been doing a lot of self-evaluation and just different things. Like I listened to this podcast called Brown Girl Self Care, and if you guys can listen to it, you should. It's a really good podcast, and I do like a lot of the exercises with her. And she was just saying to evaluate, like how you're looking at yourself, or why you get these certain emotions around a certain time of year. Like, what eyes are you looking at it through? So, anytime close to my birthday, I would get upset. I would make up reasons why I have to be mad or I'm sad or anything like that. Mind you, like I've had a lot of close people in my life pass away recently,
Mhm.
but this year I feel really good. I feel great because I've evaluated, like, okay, I've been living since, a lot of people will say, oh, I can't remember, maybe when I was 8 or 9 or something like that. But I was just writing down different things, and I'm like, okay, this is about my fourth birthday party. Four, four.
That's a shame.
You know what I'm saying? It's right. I'm about to be 30, so I'm looking at it like, oh, my fourth birthday party, nobody could come because it snowed and all this other stuff. Like, what? Girl, you're 30. Like, it's not like that. You had people, and even then, the people were trying to get to me in the snow. So it's like, just have to realize what you're doing and how you're going about things and how you're looking at it. So you're right. Check in for
Yes.
sure.
Yes.
So that's very good, definitely. So, how would you define self-esteem?
Self-esteem. I guess your perception of yourself. And I think you kind of said that already, but it kind of goes a little hand in hand with self-worth. But yeah, it's more so how you view yourself, um,
Right.
and how you feel like others view you too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I mean that's how I would define self-esteem. And again, we tend to like measure ourselves against things, against
Right.
other people or
Mhm.
other people's lives and what other people have and what they don't have. Um, I'm not a fan of that
Right.
personally. And of course, the older I get, I realize how much we do that. Um,
Mhm.
but I just want to point out that I don't think that that should be included in your self esteem. Um, it just really needs to be about you and how you feel about yourself. Um, and confidence. It's about confidence too. How much of what's the level of confidence that you have in yourself and how comfortable you are with yourself. Because to be honest, a lot of people are not comfortable with themselves at all.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's mostly people who don't like being alone, who
Oh,
always want to be around others
mm-hmm.
because they're not comfortable with themselves. So,
Right.
yeah, I think that's how I would define self esteem.
I agree with a lot that you just said. There's a lot of definitions of self-esteem just floating around. So one of the ones that I found while I was searching, it says that self-esteem is a simplistic term for varied and complex mental states. So I'm like, okay, what the heck is that supposed to mean? Like, who's reading this and like, yeah, no shit. Like, I feel all these feelings.
Right.
Tell me what it means.
Exactly.
So I found a different definition which broke it down a little bit better. And I think we touched on this, and it just all sums up to self esteem is simply one's attitude towards themselves.
There you go.
Whether that's negative or positive, it's your attitude towards yourself.
Perfect. That's a
So,
perfect.
yeah, that's a really good, simple one. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, your attitude.
Yep. Absolutely.
So, do you think that self-esteem, like low self-esteem, could be considered a mental health issue?
Hell yeah. I don't mean to say it like that, but yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, especially for people who like suffer from stuff like body dysmorphia and
Yeah.
bulimia, especially, I feel like those are considered mental health issues because your sense of self perception is like warped
Right.
now.
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't know,
Yeah.
however it got that way, but yeah, and even people who don't, have that extreme of self esteem issues, but yes, absolutely, it could be considered a mental health issue because it leads to other stuff, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly what I was gonna say. Yes. A lot of people say, or the experts say, or whatever, that it's not a mental health issue per se, but they go hand in hand.
Mhm.
Like you said, one can cause the other. Like if you have a mental health issue, or it's told that you have a mental health issue, you might have self-esteem issues because of that. Or you have self-esteem issues and it can cause anxiety or depression. I'm a huge witness to that. So it's just, yes, they go hand in hand. And if you don't get that in check, it can become a bigger issue than it has to be, for sure.
Yes.
For sure. So that goes into my next question. What do you think causes self-esteem issues?
Whew, that's a loaded. Heavy.
Well, let's touch on a few.
Okay. Um, Definitely your environment,
Yeah.
um,
Mhm.
wherever you grew up, wherever you came up, and that includes like family,
Yeah.
your parents, um,
Oh yeah.
your friends, uh, where you went to
Mhm.
school. I mean,
Yeah.
just environment. However your environment is, but I think it really starts with your parents, like, or whoever's raising you, because maybe it might not be your parents, maybe it's your grandma or your aunt or whoever,
Mhm.
but whoever is responsible for you as a child on up, it starts there. Like,
Mhm.
and that's another thing that I didn't mention. I have worked in childcare. Um,
You
for,
know.
yeah, so no, I've
Oh boy.
seen things with self esteem play out from little 2 years old,
Yeah.
and just looking at how the parents deal with their children, like,
Mhm.
you just know, like, if something doesn't change, that
Right.
child is going to have issues when they get older. Like, so yeah, I think it definitely starts with your parents or whoever cares for you as a child. Like, it starts really young, for sure.
definitely. So I heard you say, okay, so a lot of people say, or experts, genetics, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
personality, your life experiences, your age,
Mm-hmm.
health, your thoughts, your social circumstances, the reaction of others, and comparing yourself to others. So, more in depth about that. So, those things, if they're causing feelings of hopelessness or worthlessness, that's how you're going to feel. You'll start blaming yourself. You'll start hating yourself. And I can attest to that. Trust me. Hating yourself, worrying about being able to do things, and then having a mental health problem can also cause it, like we stated before.
Mm-hmm.
So, have you ever had an issue with self esteem, and how do you combat that daily? Is this an ongoing thing for you?
Absolutely. I think if any woman says they don't have self-esteem issues, that they're either lying
Right, right.
or, just too proud to say that they have issues. But yeah, I think everybody does. And yes, I personally have self-esteem issues. I've gotten a lot better as I've gotten older. Um, but, and definitely when I went through my high school years,
Oh, me too.
yeah, the, the most, the
Oh, man.
most self-esteem issues for sure.
Yeah.
I've struggled mainly for me with my weight and
Mhm.
self-esteem in that way. So, and it's funny because I came up in a household where both of my parents were very loving,
Mhm.
always, supporting me, always giving me positive words, always telling me how beautiful I am and I can do this and I can do that. But,
Mhm.
you know, the world and everybody else,
Yeah.
when
Right,
that
right.
comes into play, that's when, self esteem just sometimes goes all the way down.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, I've definitely dealt with self esteem. And like I said, the older I've gotten, the better it has gotten. I worry less about how I look now. Actually, I really don't care how people view me now. I mean, I feel like I'm too old for that.
Yeah, yeah.
but
I
but
agree.
just being a woman
Right.
nowadays in America, like, sometimes those thoughts and feelings still come back. Like, does
Mm-hmm.
this look good on me? Or, should I
Yeah.
do this or should I do that? Or will I look like this? Or will I look like that if I did make this decision? So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, I think you're always, because we're human and we're not perfect, we're always going to have issues with something. So,
Right. Yeah, and it's that it's constant. I guess if you're not finding issues with yourself, you're not really challenging yourself to grow either. So
right.
I guess we should just stop being so hard on ourselves. That's the thing. That's what I need to do. Like I need to stop being so hard on myself because it is a constant. Like I definitely am a lot more confident in myself now as I've gotten older. Like you said, like in high school, like I wouldn't talk to certain people. It was so bad that I would go different ways if I seen certain people. I could see that, and you know me too. Like you would turn around, and be like, "Oh, what the?" Like I was gone. Like I had to go because such and such was down the hallway, and they were gonna make fun of me.
Yeah.
Like it was terrible. Like so, it's just I don't live my life like that anymore because so many things I've been through, I'm just like, no, like that's not it.
Right.
Like sitting around thinking, and honestly, you're not that important to other people. Like you're really not. Like everybody else has their own stuff going on. They might care about you and stuff like that or whatever, but all the people that you think is looking at you, they're not.
See, then you hit it on the nail. Like,
They're not.
that's what you realize the older you get. Like, nobody, boo boo, nobody's really. You so concerned with what other people are
Right,
about
right,
yourself.
right, right.
So, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
You hit it on the nail when you said that.
yeah. And you might as well be happy and just let go for sure.
Yes.
So there are three components of self worth. What do you think they are?
Huh. 3 components of self-worth. I mean, I guess if I had to guess, it would have maybe something to do with a mental, physical, and emotional component. I mean, just if I had to guess, I can't
Okay.
really think of anything else. So I'm gonna just let you tell me what are the 3 components.
Okay. So they have to do with personal, relational, and collective levels. So your actual self or your public self, and then your actual self or your behavior, like what you do behind the scenes, and then your ideal self, like I
Got
guess your whatever you would think. But these things that I'm trying to mention are ability, effort, and performance. So I guess like what you think you can do, how
hmm
much effort you actually put into whatever, like yourself, and then your performance, how well you do things. I guess like yeah. So how would you like if you could think about one thing like that makes you one of your abilities that makes you feel great about your self worth, what would that be?
Um, definitely my creativity. Or you know what? I take it back. Creativity, yes, but because we was just talking about this a couple days ago.
Mhm.
My organizational
Oh,
skills.
yeah. Yes, 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 yes,
Yeah. And I know that sounds weird when it
yes.
comes to
Okay.
self worth. People might not think about that as having anything to do with self worth, but
Yeah.
that's what I like. I'm highly organized, and that's what I pride myself on. And I feel like that's what drives me. Like, that's why I do so well at work. That's
Hmm.
why I do so well even in my personal life, and even supporting people that I love, like you.
Right. Yes,
Yeah,
because I would say, y'all, the girl, I got all the ideas, y'all. But no, if somebody was not here to be like, hey, okay, yes, we want to go to the moon, but we need to figure out how
right.
and when we're gonna do all these things, like get fuel and build the rocket ship, Tamika. Like, we gotta do those things first. So definitely Christina is someone who can organize her butt off. And that's very important because you need that for your clarity. Like you need to be organized, even if it's not, you know, like someone else does it. Like we had a big conversation the other day. I don't organize like her. I can't because it overwhelms me. It overwhelms me. So I have to take it in little pieces, even smaller pieces. Like I need to know, I need to schedule my times when I'm getting up, when I'm about to brush my teeth, when I'm eating. Like I need to have all this in my schedule because there was a point in time where I didn't think enough of myself to even get up and brush my teeth.
Right.
So that needs to be there for me. So because that makes me, those are little wins for me. So that builds my self worth through the day, so I can sit and paint or talk or whatever. So I need those little things. So yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. So what about um? So we talked about ability. What about performance? Like something that you do. Like what do you consider performance?
What do I consider performance? I guess I could say that's where my creativity comes in, I guess.
Okay. So this is like how you do stuff, guys. So she's saying like she's creative, like with
Okay,
it.
how
So
we
how you would do something, perform it, how you're doing it, how
okay.
you pick up.
It's funny. I'm gonna go back to the organization and the meticulousness. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that's, I take pride in that, me being the way I do stuff, even with my creativity and my art. Um,
Hmm.
I'm real meticulous and real detailed about stuff. And, you know, at the end, when I have a finished product, whether it be for someone else or even for me, for my own pleasure,
Right.
I stand back and I'm like, damn,
Right. I do that. You're
I
right.
did that.
Yeah.
I did that shit. Because honestly, you know, being friends with this one right here, I look at her as like an art god. So
Thank you. Far from that. Thank you. Appreciate
I'm
it.
just saying. So, like I'd be real happy to even show her my stuff and what I do. And, when she gives me feedback, I'm just like, yes, like it's fulfilling.
Thank you, girl.
So, so yeah, I guess that's one example of performance that I can think of right now.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, I think one of my abilities, like I just, yeah, I'm creative. Like I can think of in and everything. Like I can make brand murals out of pizza boxes and stuff, and I've done it before. Like it's can do it. So I'm good at problem solving too. So yeah, like that's what I would say a performance, like just my creativity, like you said, my art, just doing that. That's my thing.
Yeah,
So
for sure. For sure, for sure.
okay. So the next question is, I feel like we already talked about that, like the four types of self esteem. We said is like your actual behavior, your ideal self, and just pretty much all these things make up your self concept. So, what are we talked about the five factors that see this is the problem when you have such a smart best friend. She's throwing in the stuff
Oh,
already throwing the stuff in already, but it's all good. It's all good. So what? Okay, wait. So we talked about the couple things that we said that influence our self esteem, but they have like a huge list here. So let me see if you can name any more things off this list.
okay.
Like, what are some things? Yeah, what are some things that influence our self esteem? What would you say?
Let's see. Okay, so I said environment, family, friends, where you grew up. Oh, I actually wrote this down. Um, I feel like your diet can even influence.
Yes, see, that's the one I was looking for. Woo!
Yeah.
Yes, your diet. Your
Yes.
diet. Very, very important. And how much you stay hydrated. I had a guest on here a couple weeks ago, talked about the importance of water and just staying hydrated. Like, that is so important. Like, there's so many times that I have had to go to the hospital for dehydration.
Yes.
You could be like, I drink water all day, but it really depends on how much water you drink a day. It needs to be 2/3 of your body weight.
Mm-hmm.
2/3, y'all.
Mm.
So you need to be drinking all day. Drink the water. Drink the water. Put that soda down. Drink that water. For
Put
real,
the soda
man.
and the juice down. And if
Damn,
you
man.
bigger, you got to think that you might need
Yes.
than the
You
normal.
need more water. You need more water. And if you're a smoker, you need 10 times more water because you are dehydrating yourself all day long. It's great, but we got to face the facts. We're burning our bodies all day long. So drink water. Drink
Yes.
water.
Yes. I want to add to that. Yes, 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 yes. Drink your water. Me personally, I don't drink soda. I can't stand soda. I have
Yeah.
a few juices that I like, but I really don't even drink juice because juice is too sweet for me. I really only drink tea, sweet tea, cold tea, hot tea, and water. Like it's so important, y'all. Please, please, if you're not used to drinking it, because I meet so many people in our age range, it doesn't make no sense to me. They don't
Right.
drink water, and they say they can't even stand the taste of water. I'm like, how have
Yeah.
you gone through life this long? Like,
I have a cousin, and I'm not going to put her on blast. I got a cousin, bruh. She drinks Coke like they're going out of style. No, not Coke. Pepsi. Pepsi, Pepsi, Pepsi. Pepsi tastes like battery acid to me personally. Like it's not good. It's not good. I'm not trying to bash nobody. That's y'all do what y'all do, but please drink water. It's very, very important. You gotta treat yourself right. You gotta treat your insides right too. Like I'm not even saying like you gotta be a vegan or whatever, but make sure you just try to get the right nutrients in and stuff. Like it will help you feel so much better. Think
yeah.
clearer, be more calm, go after what you deserve.
Have more energy.
Definitely. Yes, more energy, more energy. Yes, definitely.
Yes, yes, yes.
So, do you think self acceptance is important when it comes to self worth?
Absolutely. Yes, you have to accept who you are. And then I want to go back again to what I said about evaluating yourself. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you got to figure out, because sometimes you'll not even realize something that's a part of you to accept. Like, and I know I said that weird, but so like the space thing, the boundary thing that I talked about earlier,
Mm-hmm.
I knew when I was younger that I needed boundary and I needed space or whatever
Right.
to be in a good headspace. But I didn't really understand or really fully know that until I got older, like really within these last couple years of my life. And that took me self-evaluating. I went through something a couple years ago personally in my life that really just made me pay attention to me and what I needed. And so,
Me too.
yeah, I mean, I just think I done lost my train of thought. What was the question? What was the
It's
question?
okay. I was asking, do you think that self acceptance is important in
Yeah.
with self esteem? So, but yes, that all of that has to do with that because I personally have been through so many things as well that I had to take a step back and be like, okay, wait a minute, like that doesn't even matter. Like I've been through, I know who I am. I know what's going on. I went through those things, but I am not those things. Like I can move on. I can do better and just know that. So I understand like those things are very important, but like you even said too that you've been through something that made it hard. So how did you get yourself out of that? I know for me it was very tough. I even have slip ups now. So how did you get out of that self
Um,
doubt?
just like I had said before, self evaluation and self reflection. Like it took a lot of simply sitting in
Mm-hmm.
silence and really grappling with my thoughts. Like honestly, I know that sounds very simple and very like what, but really, honestly, take a minute because we do so much throughout the day. We're always on our phones. We working. We got all this stuff that we do throughout the day and all these things we worry about. Take
Mm-hmm.
a minute sometimes to just sit. Don't have nothing on, don't have the TV on, don't have no music on, and just ask yourself questions.
Yeah.
Like how am I feeling right now? Is
Mm-hmm.
how am I feeling physically? How am I feeling mentally? What have I really been thinking about lately? What's been on my mind the most? Um,
Right.
what am I feeling emotionally? And why am I feeling these things? And I'm a writer, so I journal. I've been journaling since I was very, 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 very young. So I
Mm-hmm.
oftentimes just take that time to just write and just dump everything that I'm feeling in the moment onto paper. And then I read it back and
Mm-hmm.
and I just ask more questions and more questions and more questions. And then I come to conclusions from asking those questions. And I'm like, okay, if I'm feeling sad in this moment or depressed or anxious or something like that,
Right.
what do I need to do to not feel like that right now, in the moment, right now? And I'll figure it out, whatever it is, and I'll do that. So, yeah, I just think it just takes a lot of self evaluation and self reflection. Like, take some time with yourself. And that's
Mm-hmm.
so important. So important.
Yeah. And I think it is as well. Like I used to be this type of person where I had to be up under somebody else's ass all the time to feel like I was worth anything. So I wanted to be around whoever, and people they wanted to be around me too. Like because I maybe always had whatever they wanted or needed at the time.
Right,
Speaking of that,
right.
but yeah. So just. So I would just be around them, even if they weren't the most desirable people to be around. Like, at least I had somebody to be around.
Right.
And that's how I feel. But now that I know myself, I'm just like, I'd rather be alone. I'd
Yeah.
rather be alone, sipping tea, drawing on my Wacom tablet, whatever, like playing with my a cat or whatever. Doesn't matter, you know?
Doing what makes
So
you happy.
exactly, exactly. You have to do what makes you happy for sure. You got to take the time out and think, like we said, like, why am I doing this? Does this even make any sense in my life anymore?
Hmm.
Like, just gotta, and accept, like, I think you said this as well, like, accept yourself, like, accept what's going on, like, just take it for what it is. And if you don't like it, you can make steps to change it. You really can. You really can.
Yes, I want to reiterate that what you just said. A lot of times you'll hear people, I don't want to do this. I don't want to deal with that anymore. I don't like
Hmm.
this person. He always doing this to me. She always doing this to me. You could change that.
Right.
You can change it. Even if you feel like you can't change it automatically, you can take little small steps to
Yeah.
change. You just have to have, I guess, really the courage, because I guess some people are scared or fearful of what may
Hmm.
happen. They make
Yeah.
the changes, but
Yes.
don't think that you can't make your life exactly what you want it to be. Like,
Yeah. Because you can. Yes.
yeah, you
Yes.
can. You have the power to make your life however it is you want to be. You just
For,
have to take the steps to do it. So,
for sure.
I wanted to add that in there.
So, how do you how do you suggest others increase their self worth? And we touched on that a little bit, but what do you think people can do?
So, along with all the other stuff I said, um, I think the most important thing is what I said about doing what you love. Um, I find the most joy and peace of mind in doing what I really, really love, whether it be writing,
Mm-hmm.
reading, creating, um, spending time with this person, spending time with that person, whatever
Right.
activities you like to engage in. Um, I think if you're focusing on what you love the most, then your
Mm-hmm.
happiness will come.
Mm-hmm.
And along with the evaluating yourself and just doing those check-ins, you know, am I getting all the nutrients that I need, the water that I need? Am I getting enough emotional support from whoever is around me every day? Um,
Mm-hmm.
and do I have a peace of mind?
Right.
I have a peace of mind. I think peace of mind is what leads to self worth. When you're at peace with who you are, you accept who you are. I think that's really what establishes your self worth for you.
Yeah. I agree. Definitely agree. There. I want to go back to what you said about how you don't have to put up with something. Like if you don't want to, like, or you're just not, you don't have enough courage to make changes about it. You know, personally, that I've been dealing with a few different things
Mm-hmm.
at our place of employment. So
Mm-hmm.
I, yeah, I just, I was talking to, after I talked to you and whoever else, I'm just like, and most importantly, me. It's like I don't have to deal with this anymore. I don't have to. I know
Yeah.
what I deserve, and things are changing
Yeah.
and things are happening the way I need to. But that didn't happen until I decided that this is it. This is what I deserve, and I'm gonna go towards that. And not saying that there's not gonna be stuff in your way, because it is.
You're
Because
right.
as soon as you figure out, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do this, everything in the universe is gonna be like, oh, for real? Like,
You think
yeah,
you are
right. You go do that?
right.
Oh, when?
Right.
Like, I'm telling y'all, like, I wrote this down in my journal to do wine and paint in 2020. And so many things happened. Like, my first guest got into a car accident. Like, so many things happened. for
Mhm.
this not to happen. But you have to keep going. You have to, however that shows up in your life, just keep doing it. Keep going it. Like I literally, I believe in. I'm a big believer in affirmations. Like I've literally been in my journals, many journals and many sketchbooks, just writing at the top, I am, and then just all the things, just listing little different things and drawing little pictures next to them. Every day I've been doing this since 2016, and it's 2022, and a lot of those things that I have been saying back then are here now. But
Yeah.
if I would have stopped, like, I have to stay focused because, like you said, it's a lot of other things out there. So many other things out there, especially social media. Like, I'm guilty. Like, I stay on it way too much, way more than I should be. Because there was a point in time where that shit, it literally made me go crazy. That and working a regular 9 to 5. So, again, you have to accept who you are and what type of things need to be in your life and adjust them accordingly to how things should be for you. So yeah, I think that's very, very good, definitely. And we also talked about setting real expectations. Like
Oh, yes.
don't just don't get up and think you're gonna do everything in one day. I'm talking to myself and all my people that suffer with ADHD, depression, anything. You're an artist, cook, chef, like teachers, anything.
Yeah.
Anybody who's taking care of anybody. Stop.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be the perfect this, the perfect that, but you're you. You have to be all of you for whoever else you're trying to help or whatever. Because if not, they're not gonna get anything out of that at all. So don't put unrealistic expectations on yourself or your relationships or anything like that, because it will set you up for a world of hurt. And both of us can attest to that.
And if you do happen to put unrealistic expectations on yourself and you fuck up, that's okay.
Exactly right. Because you're not perfect at
E-
all. You're not perfect. You don't have to be. You
Exactly.
don't have to be.
Evaluate that and say, okay, that was a bit much. Let me reel it back in and try this amount. It's
Mhm.
okay if you do.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Because it's all about trial and error, which is another piece of advice they give for increasing your self worth. Like, if you're not trying stuff, you're just out here and you just existing. Like, just go try something. Like, if you want to, I don't know, if you have a secret. Okay, one of my things is I've always wanted to be a ballerina. Okay,
Yeah.
and I be jumping around, twirling around, and all that stuff.
Yep.
And that's something I love to do. You
Uh-huh.
want to be a ballerina? Don't do that shit. Like, do whatever you want, man. Do whatever you want, for sure.
Yep.
Cause no one, like I'm telling you, you came in this world alone. You gonna go alone, and nobody can be on your deathbed with you thinking like, "Damn, I wish I would have did that." Do that shit.
That's
Do
why
it.
you gotta have some level of self-centeredness and selfishness
Sure, for
about you.
sure. Yeah. And definitely all like try to once you're evaluating yourself too, like just try to evaluate like, okay, am I open as I thought I was? Like, am I being close minded? Like what's going on to where I'm dealing with this again or things I don't like? Like what is really going on? What's happening? Why do I keep dealing with these same types of things?
That's
Cause
what I mean about the self-evaluation.
yeah, man, you gotta keep looking and searching for those answers within yourself so you can find out more great things.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Definitely. So some of the more concrete ways of doing this self is remind yourself of your achievements. Like anytime I do whatever, like, and she'll tell you this too. Like I was saying, girl, you doing a good job. Girl, you doing a good job. So, and some people don't even know what I'm talking about, but so what? That makes me feel great. Like,
Right.
cause I'm doing great. I'm doing a good job. And yeah. So, is there anything that you got to do throughout the day to be like, hey, I did that shit?
I, honestly, smile. This
Yeah.
will sound weird. Like sometimes I'll
Mm,
go look in the mirror
yeah.
and I just smile at myself. And
Yeah.
even the feeling of smile, and I'm pretty sure I read an article or some kind of study on this. Like when you smile, it automatically sends like
Mm-hmm.
something to your brain.
Yeah, endorphins, those
Yeah,
good
endorphins
things.
feel
Mhm.
better. So, and sometimes even I won't just look in the mirror. Sometimes I'll just smile sitting at my desk at work, or
Yeah.
I smile a lot anyway. Like I just like to smile and I like to laugh. So, um, and I'll just do silly stuff. Like I don't take myself
Mhm.
seriously at
Right.
all. Like
Mhm.
especially when I'm alone. Like when I'm in his house alone, I'll turn some music on and sing my heart out. I'll dance all around the place. You do the same thing.
Yeah, man. I was gonna say I am Juicy J. I am Duke Deuce. Like I'm all these people.
Yep.
Anytime you want to see a concert, for sure. Like
Yep.
that's me.
Yep. Those
Mhm.
mini concerts be hitting. Like I'm telling
Yes.
you. So
Yes.
yeah, like just try to be positive, man. Like I know that sounds so cliche and so
Mhm.
and sometimes it's hard for people to do that just with their environment. But
Mhm. Mhm.
even if you can't be positive where you are, try to find a space where you can be positive
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
a space that where you can have some peace and can just breathe.
Right. Even if you gotta just go outside on the porch,
Yeah,
on that,
yeah.
please do. Like
Take a
something.
walk.
Right. Something.
Time.
Something. Change your surroundings for a minute. You're right. You have to. You
Yeah.
have to. And something that I am, just trying to focus on more as well is just moving more. Like you're saying, like just get up, walk, go out, and yeah, just get up and go. Like just move.
Because
And
more,
something that
more energy.
yes. Yeah, it keeps you moving. Like it keeps your whole body moving to move. Like movement is medicine for sure. You got to keep moving. And one of the things I use that they suggest in this article as well, which I will be linking when I post this for you guys, they say that you should use the 5 second rule. And that's something that I do, but I go backwards. I'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, like I'm a rocket ship or something, because it makes things more exciting for me.
Right.
Because like I said before, like I was having trouble even getting up, brushing my teeth in the morning, feeling like I was worthy to take a shower. So even now, sometimes like I have to do something at work, and I'll be like, okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in my head. Or sometimes I have to say it out loud and then get the shit done. Like, and you move on to the next thing and the next thing. So it definitely works. Like, do you have any more little cues like that you have to use for yourself? Or like, I know you said you're a teacher as well. Like something that I used to do for my kids is sing a lot of stuff to get them motivated. So, and I know you're a talented singer. So, do you ever do that for yourself to keep moving?
Absolutely. I love, love, love to sing. So a lot of times when I'm feeling down or mad or whatever, I
Mm-hmm.
will, like I said earlier, I will go sing my little heart out.
Yeah.
So yes, singing is one of them. Another thing I just thought about that I do, which is very, I guess it's not weird, but I, I love clothes. Like I like to
Mm-hmm.
dress cute. I like to get cute. Sometimes I just do that in the house to make myself feel better. Like
Mm-hmm.
I've always had this thought in my head where I gotta go out somewhere to get cute or something like that.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, you don't have to do that. If you want to look cute and throw on some cute clothes, like if that makes you feel good, do that
Yeah.
in the house.
Good.
If you
Yeah.
got a significant other you live with, do that for your man. Like, get all dressed up for your man one day when he come home, and he could be like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Right.
But you
Right.
know, if that makes you happy and that makes you feel good, do it. So that's another little thing that I be doing sometimes.
You're right. Hmm. Yes, I like that one.
Mm.
So talked about as well, like visualizations. Do you practice that? I know I do. So, like I said before, do you do like vision boards, or do you visualize in your head like different things? You see yourself doing different stuff. You put yourself in the situation before it happens. Like, does
I do
that work for
that,
you?
but now that you say that, I feel like I should do that more. Um, I generally do it with with my words, with writing. You know, like the affirmations thing you said. I do
Yeah.
I have a lot of stuff posted on my wall, just telling me, reminding me of certain stuff and goals I have and things I want to accomplish. And
Mhm.
I had these 5 main goals in my room that I put up a couple years ago when I went through that personal thing, and 3 of them are gone. Like, I take them down when they're completed. Um,
Yeah.
one was get a new job. That happened. Uh, I think another one was get my joy, happiness, and peace back. Because at
Hmm.
that time, I didn't really have any of that. I took that down because I'm in a really good space right now. And I can't remember the other one, but yeah, I mean, I feel like I should do more of what you're saying and visualize stuff more rather than just, which is weird because I'm a visual learner and I'm very visual anyway. But when it comes to, I guess, my self worth, I need to do that more. So thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. And see, when I was writing, going over the questions and stuff that we would talk about today, I was going through this point and I was like, dang, like, why did I stop doing my IMs? Like, and as I look through my sketchbooks and stuff, because they're like Bibles now to me, like, I've got volumes of them. So I just look back on the years, and each time I would stop doing my IMs, like, shit for me would go crazy.
Mm,
Like it would, because I wasn't focused. Like that's when I was letting other people in and other just different stuff influence what was going on with me and the foundation. So I guess it's just all about remembering too, like what your basics are and what you need to make sure you're okay. Like make sure you're well, because you're worth it. You're worth it regardless of who says whatever or what you've done. Like you can talk about these things and definitely move on.
yeah.
So thank you so much, Christina. Like this was a really, really, really good conversation. Thank you for blessing us with your presence. We appreciate you. And we gotta do our tradition on the show real quick. I gotta see your piece.
Yes. Not really,
I'm not finished
but
either, so it's all right.
I'm finished, but it just
Okay.
went a whole nother route and I was trying to do something else, but
Yes.
it's all right.
Yes, yes. Okay, so let me see. What would I name that? Let's see. I'm gonna call that evolution. Blooming evolution. That's what I'm gonna call that.
Okay. Blooming evolution. I love it. Love it. Love it.
Yes. And I'm not even nearly finished with this, and I'm sure you can't even. Can you kind of see it?
Yeah,
Like,
I can see it. I can definitely see it.
so
Um,
I'm not done, but what is this giving you?
actually, the name came right to my head. I want to
Okay.
call that pieces of me.
Yeah. And I feel like she's cheating because
I
I
swear.
feel like she's cheating because she's my best friend. So yes, that is definitely what I'm going for here. These are picture frames, people. Some of them will be mirrors. Some of them will be places I've been, how I used to think about myself. Yes, you go, girl. Yes.
Every
This
time.
was great. Yes. Yes, definitely. We're going to take pictures of these. We're going to post them. We're going to post all of the resources. You guys can check in with us if you need somebody to talk to. Remember, hit us up. Please do. Love yourself, care for yourself, and have a good night. Peace. We love y'all.
Love you.